Hello everyone, apologies for that if I just burst your eardrum. I'm so sorry. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about fragrances that act like a magic spell and have people following you around and falling in love with you head over heels. So if that sounds like something you'd love in your life, then obviously stick around. Now, of course, as we all know, not just a single fragrance is really going to have someone falling in love with you, but I find there are certain fragrances that when I wear them, I just know that I smell so good, so beautiful that I can't even imagine people not falling in love with me. Now, I know that sounds really crazy, but I think we all have certain fragrances that just make us feel especially good, and we pick those for those occasions when we really want people around us to think that we're smelling really great and to be attracted to us. And this is my list. These are my fragrances that do that for me. And maybe they're something that you'd like to check out for yourself. These are my magic love potion fragrances. Let me know in the comments below if you have fragrances that fit this category. I'd love to find out. So let's get on with the first fragrance, and this is an unashamed plug for a fragrance that I was involved in the creation of. So it's Hush Hush by 4160 Tuesdays. This is the EDT version. It's my personal favorite of the three options, and this one I think so perfectly fits the bill because it has that gorgeous musky sexiness, it's clean musk, but it's just teeters at times on not being so purely clean. This one has iris, violet. It has a little bit of raspberry, so you get a little fruitiness. There's a cigarette box note in here. Now, don't be worried. It doesn't smell like ash. It doesn't smell like a smoking cigarette. It's not smoky. It's papery, and it's really mysterious. It adds a really mysterious element to the fragrance. There's a sweetness because you have a little bit of vanilla. And when I first spray it, I get a mintiness, like a really light and airy mintiness. There is no minty note, but something about the ingredients in here brings off this mintiness, which is so nice. So for me, the vibe here is sexy, cool girl that you want to follow to find out where the fun is at. So that is Hush Hush, and it's the EDT version. And the next one is Harvest Mouse from Zoologist. There's my stunning bottle. Harvest Mouse, to me, is primarily a vanilla fragrance, but it's so much more complex than that. So I've got the notes. Orange blossom and rose are the florals in here. You have chamomile, hay, beer, benzoin, vanilla. You've got some balsams and some woods. There is a sandalwood note as well. But everything's blended together, so it's very, very smooth and lovely, and it's very difficult to pick this one apart. It's a vanilla that's unlike any other vanilla. It's definitely unique, but it's not polarizing and weird at the same time. It's very inviting and very enticing. So for me, this is a cozy, come hither and stroke me fragrance. I wore this to bed. I didn't wear it to bed. I wore this out the other evening. Yes, I went out and I wore this one, and I felt very, very come hither. So yes, Harvest Mouse from Zoologist. And the next one, I don't know why I did a little shoulder dip there. And the next one is a Verano Porto. And this is a travel size I was able to buy from my fabulous friend Alicia, who seems to be my fairy godmother. That's the right word, fairy godmother. She is fantastic, and she had one of these from when the Hoo Ha people did these, because I really wanted to get another one and they don't do them anymore. Anyway, the notes are jasmine, bergamot, magnolia, vetiver, ambrette, cardamom, wallflower, and mate. So I don't get all of those notes. I don't find this particularly woody. So yeah, vetiver generally would be a bit woody. I don't really get that from this. I get the clean florals, a sharpness from the citrus notes. It's very crisp and clean and really well put together, but romantic at the same time. So I'm picturing a lady in a floaty white dress in a meadow, and she's marriage material, and you can take her home to your parents and they're going to love her. So that is Verano Porto. It's pretty, but it's clean. So nice. Very summery as well. The next one we have is Vinita Tahiti. It's actually another one that I bought from Alicia. So we've got two from Alicia here today. Vinita Tahiti is from Paris, Monte Carlo. We've got notes of champaca, ylang ylang, vanilla, sandalwood, amber and musk. This one is delicious. I have had compliments on this. There's just this richness, this texture that is very difficult to put into words about this. It is edible, but it's a bit unique. It's really long lasting. It does have a little bit of an exotic feel with those florals and the vanilla together. It is sort of in that beachy fragrance category, but it's not really. It's because it doesn't have any suntan lotion scent, it doesn't have any coconut, but it does have obviously exotic florals and vanilla, so it can take you to an exotic island for sure. So for me, this is take me to the beach, lay me down on some petals, and ...
We danced on the beach, and we kissed on the beach, and ...
What?
That's what they did in the olden days.
Oh, stop!
Anyway, I didn't want to go into too much details because children watch this channel. Probably not, but you never know. They might. So yeah, Vinita Tahiti, stunning, really, really beautiful fragrance. You're going to break some hearts. And the next one, this is actually a solid perfume. I've also had a sample of the Eau de Parfum, and it's called A Rose for the Miss. So you have to. There's a question mark. You see, A Rose for the Miss. So it's a question mark. And yeah, this is solid. So you can see there. Oh, it's such a pretty rose. I love this rose. I don't have many rose perfumes because I'm a bit fussy with rose. I don't like... This actually has a geranium note in it. And most rose fragrances generally do to amp up the rosiness. But oftentimes I find geranium overtakes and all I can smell is sort of like the sharpness of geranium. But I don't get that here. The rose here is virgin on edible, really. Like this could be sugared rose petals. It's really pretty but slightly edible. Notes are, you've got a New Zealand rose extract, actually a New Zealand wild rose extract, dew and sunshine, so they're obviously fantasy notes, geranium, jasmine, moss, and something called New Zealand harakiki, which is a New Zealand variety of a flax plant. So I looked it up. It's these long green leaves that look almost like grass, but I think it's a shrub, and it's used for various medicinal purposes. And I think the odor profile I couldn't really find, but it's got a lot of cumin in it, so potentially you're going to get a slight cumin smell from it, but I don't really know. But anyhow, to me, it is a fresh rose, but it's rounded and smooth and just a little bit of sharpness from the sort of freshness, I guess. It's almost old-fashioned. I think I smell a bit of violet as well, which rose and violet are just perfection together. It has a bit of an old school feel. It's called A Rose for the Miss. So I'm picturing going back to the 1950s and, you know, old fashioned courting. None of this swiping left and right stuff, you know. So take me back to 1950, beg me for the last dance and walk me home. That is a rose for the miss. The next one is my beloved Hera from Papillon Perfumery. Look at that golden juice. Absolutely stunning, stunning bottle, stunning juice, stunning fragrance. Notes are narcissus, orris, jasmine, heliotrope, ambre, rose, musk, orange blossom and ylang ylang. And this one, this is almost like a cross between a chypre and a floral amber to me. It's kind of got both characteristics. So if you find chypres a little too much with that sort of too much oak moss, or too sort of dry, not dry, but too green or sharp in the dry down, then this is all softened because it does have that ambery sort of vanilla base, and it's powdery and it has this beautiful iris. The florals are lively and they're pretty and they're energetic, and then everything just comes together and it's so, so good. It is amazing. I've loved this for ever since I first tried it, and I still love it just as much as I did. And this one says, worship me from a distance. That's the vibe I get from Hera. Just kneel down and worship me. And finally, this just arrived today, but I've been testing it from a sample. Now I have the full bottle. I will be doing an unboxing. Well, I have actually filmed an unboxing, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't have the bottle. I filmed an unboxing. I'll be posting that shortly in the next couple of days. But this is from Dreamhouse Ikirio, and it's called Beijo Floor. Look at this bottle. So you have this wax seal running down it and all this amazing artwork. So Beijo Floor from Dreamhouse Ikirio has notes of honeysuckle, jasmine, milk and coconut. Beijo Floor means a hummingbird in Brazilian. Well, actually it means flower kisser, which then means hummingbird in Brazilian. And this one is so pretty, has an innocence about it. It's soft, it's fluffy, it's enticing. I have the far dry down on my wrist, and this is actually from the sample that I sprayed much earlier today. Let's just respray. So it starts off, there's definitely a freshness here, so I suspect there's some citruses. It smells like there's a little citrus, but you can smell straight away these sort of gourmand floral notes. So it smells like there's vanilla in here. That's not a listed note, but I'm pretty sure that must be in here too. And these flowers are really soft and honeyed, and then they just mix with this coconut and milk. I'm not sure if it's coconut and milk or coconut milk. Either way, very innocent yet edible, and very pretty, very girly. And this is definitely something I feel like everyone would fall in love with me if I wore this. And actually it was the Dreamhouse Ikirio bees and butterflies that made me think of doing this video, because when I first tested bees and butterflies, I did a video on my first impressions, and one of the things I said was that I feel like everyone would fall in love with me if I'm wearing this fragrance. Now I've chosen Beijo Floor instead of bees and butterflies, but really they're not the same fragrance, they're similar, and really one or the other, they're going to get you the same result. You're going to smell so beautiful that people will not be able to resist you. Yeah, I really love this. It's gorgeous. Yeah, it's so good. I'm so happy to have it. So Beijo Floor, my vibe for Beijo Floor is form an orderly queue and stop trying to eat me. So that is it. They are my, oops, sorry, I kicked the stand. They are my fragrances, my special magic love potion fragrances. And I would love to know, what are yours? List them in the comments below. If you like this video, don't forget you can do that thing. And also, if you wanted to support me, you could buy me a Ko-fi, and I link that in the description box as well. So that's all. Thank you so much, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye.